Life insurance is more than a payout. It's a promise. It's the difference between a family scrambling in a storm and a family standing under a roof someone planned for. There's a lot of brilliant women trying to do everything for everyone and getting drowned out. You don't need a louder voice. You need a clearer message. You don't need a bigger list. You need a better match. You don't need more scripts. You need to understand her story so completely that your offer feels like relief.
Woke up today, smile on my face, may not go my way, still got my faith, so I'll be okay.
I remember something that Myron Golden said. Wealth comes from identifying who has the problem, what the problem is, and then solving it. He said it's not that complicated, and I tend to agree. So identify your who and your what clearly, and the how of solving it becomes so much simpler. So today, we rebuild around 3 pillars: identity, values, and transformation. Then we'll turn those insights into a simple delivery system. Listen, simplify, and align. That's it. So let's work. So identity, who is she really? Look, demographics open the door to real life, and it gets you inside. Yes, age and family and status matters, but the real win is when you understand the roles and the pressure points in the daily rhythm. So I want you guys to picture the woman you serve most often. She might be managing a career, a household, and the emotional load of everyone that she loves. She's the planner, she's the glue, the quiet strength. She's not afraid of the responsibility, she's just exhausted by uncertainty. I mean, before the sun is up, she's juggling the kids' schedules, fielding work texts, and checking on her parents. By noon, she's doing mental math about which bills are due. By evening, she's more than likely cooking dinner while helping with homework. And by night, she's folding laundry at 11 p.m., just praying she remembered to lock the front door. She's carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. And the one thing she wants is assurance that she's not alone if life goes sideways. So you have to write her day down on paper. Morning chaos commute, that 3 p.m. uh-oh text, the second shift at night. The more widely you see her work, the more precise you can be with your words. When she recognizes herself in your message, you've already traveled half the distance to that yes that you're looking for. So here's an identity takeaway. I need you to define one primary client profile. Give her a name and a story. No jargon or generic labels. Use the real words she would use about her life. Keep that profile in sight whenever you write a post or shoot a video or sit down with a prospect. It will keep you honest and specific. When we're talking about values, what actually drives her decisions? People don't buy what something is, they buy what it means, especially with life insurance. I see the same core values guiding her decisions. Safety. My family will be okay no matter what. Freedom. I want choices, not panic when life happens. Legacy. My children will stand on my shoulders, not start from ground zero. And trust. Give me the truth in plain English. If you don't know, just say so. If you present a policy as a commodity, all she's going to hear is cost. But if you present a policy as an expression of her values, she hears purpose. But here's the challenge. Distractions are everywhere. See, distractions is a tool used by the devil to deter you from your purpose and Yahweh's promise on your life. When you stay rooted in purpose and focus on her true needs, God, everything changes. If you present a policy as an expression of her values, then she hears security. The monthly premium stops being just another bill and it starts feeling like an investment in peace of mind, a tangible act of love and stewardship for her family's future. I also heard Myron say this, and it's so important for us to hear this. Wealth is a good idea because wealth is a God idea. Creating financial stability and legacy for her family isn't just a sales pitch. It lines up with her deepest sense of purpose and even her faith. In fact, this is a biblical principle. It says a good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children. Legacy isn't a luxury, it's an honor and a responsibility. Take those 4 words above and finish these sentences in her language. I want you to fill in the blank. Are you guys ready? All right, here we go. This protects your family now so that blank never turns into a crisis. This creates options later so that blank without begging a bank for help. This passes on what you've built so that blank. This comes with clarity. No fine print surprises, just straight talk. Guys, I want you to use lines like that in your reels, your consultations, your emails. See, when your language consistently reflects her values, you're not selling, you're reassuring. In this segment, we're talking about transformation, where she wants to go. Look, she's not shopping for a policy. She's investing in the before and after story. And your job is to paint that picture with empathy and precision, but also with clarity. See, before, she's exposed to risk, confused by industry jargon, anxious about the what-if scenarios, and unsure whom to trust. But after she speaks to you, she's protected against the worst, informed in plain English, and confident about assessing funds if life throws her a curveball. She's also built a relationship with her advisor who understands her and listens and who she can trust. And so when you can articulate her desired future better than she can, you become the guide that she's been looking for. So I want you to think of it like seasons, right? So we sow clarity and protection now so she can reap stability and dignity later. That's legacy. And that's what she really buys. A future where she can exhale because the foundation is in place. And never forget this, guys. Wealth without God is worthless, right? True success isn't about financial numbers or hitting quotas. It's about spiritual alignment. You see, when the foundation is rooted in faith and in purpose, the wealth you build will not only last, but it'll do something even better. It'll multiply in ways that transforms families for generations. So in this segment, this is about the delivery system. We're going to listen, simplify, and align. So we've decoded who she is and what she values and where she wants to go. Now, let's deliver. Let's keep your process human and repeatable in 3 easy steps. The first one, we got to listen. Start every interaction with curiosity, not a pitch. Ask open-hearted questions that get her story flowing. Something like, hey, look, when you picture your family 5 or 10 years from now, what does that security look like? What does that feel like for you? Or you could ask, what's one money worry that keeps you up at night? A good one is, if an emergency hit next month, what do you wish you already had in place? And one of my favorites is this. When you hear legacy, what do you hope it means for you, your children, and your family? These type of questions are the questions that allow her to be able to understand that she needs to put things in place. And then what happens is that when you listen, when you really listen and you take notes, her words summarize what you hear. When she feels heard, trust skyrockets. It was President Theodore Roosevelt that said, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Guys, listening is how you show you care. It will build trust faster than any credential or closing technique ever will. Step 2 is we got to simplify, right? Complexity is the enemy of execution. See, once you understand her situation, you present a clear plan with all of those parts. Now the protection aspect comes in. And that's when that coverage immediately puts a roof over her family's head if life throws a punch. It's growth over time. Look, savings and cash value and all of those particular things are important, right? 10, 20, 30 years for college retirement and opportunities. Then we have to think about the legacy for later. That piece that will take care of the next generation. That gift that carries her love forward. This is not about 50-page reports or, alphabet soup of policies, right? This is just, here you are, here's how this helps you, here's how your family will be protected, here's the first step. And when you make that plain and replace confusion with confidence, she doesn't need you to have all the answers. She needs you to give her a path she can actually understand and, most importantly, follow. And so then the next step is this, and the third one, it's align. Signing the policy is just the beginning. Align means you continue to walk with her so that the plan stays relevant as life changes. Prove that Prove what you meant when you started and you said that you cared about that particular individual. Send warm welcome notes right after she comes aboard. Like, hey, you're covered now. Here's what comes next. And here's how you reach me anytime. And we're so happy to have you. Also set a 60-day check-in just to answer any questions that she might have. You know, things can come up. Make sure that she's comfortable. Do a simple annual review. Life changes fast. A new baby, a new house, a new job, right? When that happens, does coverage need to change? Beneficiaries need to change. We got to keep up with that plan. And we want to educate in bite-sized pieces along the way. 2-minute tips about savings, a quick note about policy benefits, or a reminder before a policy anniversary. We need to be proactive with the helpful info. Aligned experiences turn clients to lifelong advocates, and an aligned client will not only stick with you, they'll sing your praises. One right client, treated right, can lead you to 10 more. In this business, one relationship can open up so many doors to entire communities that honor and trust you because of what you did for their friend. So here's a moment of honesty. Look, when I stepped into this business, I tried to out-hustle everybody. I was an athlete, so I pushed harder. I talked faster. I worked myself to the bone. I wasn't afraid to work, but guess what? I was stuck. But everything changed when I made one decision: to be the calm in my client's storm. I stopped trying to impress and I started truly understanding, and I asked better questions. I listened more, and then I spoke. I dropped the pressure and poured on the clarity and the service. Not long ago, after we finalized my client's plan, she actually hugged me and said, I feel like I can breathe now. And that's when I knew I'm not in the insurance business. I'm in the peace of mind business. It's confirmed with what Zig Ziglar famously said. He said, you can have everything in life that you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. And I truly believe that. I helped her get what she wanted deeply, which was security and relief and safety. And in return, I gained a client, income, and a mission. See, service isn't just about doing the right thing. Service is strategy, and it scales because peace of mind goes out all the time. So look, before we go into this next thing, I want you guys to understand this. When you're in the service business, it's just that, the service business. And I know a lot of us have felt things when it comes to doing these scripts. We've been taught by all of these different organizations. But people can feel when you're just trying to pitch them versus when you truly care about the things that's going on in their life. So before we move into this next segment, I need you to understand who you're serving, why you're serving them, and what mission drives you. Because things will get heavy sometimes. But if you allow that mission to continue to carry you on, you're never going to stop. You're never going to quit, and you will figure it out. I don't want to leave you here all pumped up with no place to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to channel this into action. I want to give you guys a simple 7-day momentum plan to put these ideas to work right now. So look, in day one, what I want you to do is I want you to write out your client avatar story from dawn to bedtime. 1 page. Include her hopes and her hassles. See the world through her eyes. And day 2, what I want you to do is from that story, I want you to craft 4 value-driven lines connecting your service to what she cares about. Things like safety, freedom, legacy, trust. Use the sentences from the values exercise that we talked about earlier in this video and fill in the blanks. In day 3, I want you to practice your 90-second before and after journey. And I need you to do it out loud. And I need you to record yourself on your phone until it flows naturally and passionately. Day 4, guys, you got to audit your online presence. Does your bio or website headline speak to her needs and her wants and her worries? If not, you need to edit so that it immediately addresses one of those common desires that she has. And then day 5, reach out to 5 people in your network, friends, old colleagues, neighbors, with zero agenda, except asking a caring question, like those in the listening step before this. I'll give you an example. It's like, hey man, look, quick question. When you think about financial security for your family, What's the one thing you wish you understood better? Then I need you to sit back and listen. Just take notes. No pitching, just listening and learning. Day 6, share one story or insight publicly, whether that's social media, email, or a quick live video. Keep it under 15 minutes. For example, you could share how a family found stability through proper planning and offer one helpful tip. No call to action, just give value. And then lastly, day 7, review the responses. Which questions sparked real conversations? Which phases resonated? Which moments felt authentic to you? Jot those down, see what worked and what didn't. This isn't a one-on-one repeat type of plan. Do this each week. Consistent little actions beat occasional big ones every single time. Small steps done faithfully create momentum. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence attracts clients. I believe with all my heart that purpose is no accident. If you feel a pull toward protecting families, that pull is there for a reason. Maybe God put it there. I'm reminded of Proverbs 31 that describes a woman who is clothed with strength and dignity and laughs without the fear of the future. Now the question should be, why can she laugh at tomorrow? Because she's prepared, she's done the work, and she's trusting that God will do the rest. So with that being said, strength and dignity look good on you too, my friend. And the future isn't so scary when you have a plan and a partner who keeps it simple. You don't need 1,000 maybes. You just need one aligned yes. One yes can turn your whole year around. One conversation can turn doubt into decision. You're not behind. You're being prepped. You're being prepared. Those long nights and quiet worries you've had, they aren't your identity. They're your refining fire for your future success. See, what defines you is not any of your past mistakes or your slow month. What defines you is the next decision that you take and you make today. With that being said, if any of this spoke to you, don't just nod. Don't just amen, right? Take a step forward. I need you to do 4 things. 1, I need you to hit that subscribe button so you never miss these real talk playbook moments that I share. I share these strategies and these stories every week to help you sharpen not only your message, but strengthen your offers and stabilize your pipeline. The second thing I need you to do is join the Legacy Circle. This is our private community of women in life insurance that's committed to building and protecting and helping people to obtain freedom and legacy together. We're going to share wins, we're going to troubleshoot challenges, and we're going to lift each other up. You can find the link in my bio. Guess what, guys? We would love to have you. The next thing I need you to do is grab my book, Master the Market. See, this is the field guide I wish I would have had starting out. You'll read real stories of women who went from being stuck to having 6-figure years by aligning not only their market, but their message and their model. Plus, you're going to see exercises that you can implement right now. That's going to be available at statfs.com, and pretty soon we'll be on Amazon. Looking forward to that. And next, you can request your spot in the Purpose to Profit Challenge. This is my complimentary one-on-one intensive for female agents. Now, the spots are limited each month, but we're going to focus on these sections about mapping out your market, your message, and a simple lead flow strategy so you're never wondering where the next client is coming from. There's no cost to this, and there's no catch. This is just my way of paying it forward from what I've been given. So if you want in, DM the word challenge in the comments, and I'll send you the details. So whether you take one of these steps or all of them, the key in this moment is just to take action. I'm reminded of Myron Golden where it says, if you're unwilling to do, you are undeserving to have. That's how God set it up. So don't let another week or month slip by. Your future, your business, and all the families you're going to impact, guess what? They're waiting on the other side of your yes. They're waiting on the other side of your action. So here's my final word to you. You're one lead away from a totally different conversation, a totally different week, maybe even a totally different life. So show up and serve like the remarkable woman you are. Speak with clarity, work with integrity, and most importantly, keep it simple. You see, the right people will hear your message. So with that being said, run with vision, serve with heart, and never forget why you started. Your moment is here. You just gotta go claim it. Run well, young lions and lionesses. Tony the Tycoon. I'm out.